Hello everyone. In this quick video review, I want to take a look at a related post plugin that has had my eye for a while and that I've really been kind of paying attention to because it's doing some really cool things. It's written by a developer named Barry, who is also one of the lead developers for WooCommerce and recently the Download Monitor plugin, and is really just a top-notch developer. And so I've been paying attention to this plugin because it's been doing some cool things, and I want to take you through it quickly. And we're going to look briefly at the pro version of the plugin, but there's also a free version that you can try. So first of all, it's at relatedpostforwp.com, and here you can see, first of all, just a really nice, beautiful website, which is always a good testament to somebody caring about the quality of their product. But you can see a quick overview of the plugin, the different features it has. For example, it allows you to relate custom post types together. You can have different themes for each individual post type. It's fully cached. You can see some testimonials about it, etc. I'll let you explore the site on your own. So I'm going to take you through the main features, and let's just take a look at the features page for it real quick. You can see the comparison between the Lite and the Pro version. And the Lite version is over on WordPress.org. We can click over here and see it real quick. It's got about a little over 18,000 downloads and has some really nice reviews about it. So it gives you a good idea on how well the plugin is working for people. It also gives you a quick rundown of some of the features that are offered in the Pro version as opposed to the free one. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. I like this plugin for a couple of reasons. Number one, because it's related posts. Related content is something that people have found over and over again can be really important for getting people to look at more and more content of your site, especially as the content archive on your site grows and grows. Bringing that content to the forefront can be really important for people to find existing content. Now, there's a couple of things that this plugin does really well that I like. Number one, because we're talking about related content, performance is a really serious issue that we need to consider. There are a lot of related post plugins out there. I personally wrote one of them that are very non-performant because of the way that they are querying the database anytime you view a post. So for example, if you view a post and then it goes and looks for a related post on demand, that becomes very stressful on your server because it's doing those highly intensive queries all the time. This plugin has done it well in that all of the related information that allows it to display related content is cached in such a way that it only queries it once in a while. So it's really not an issue to worry about in terms of server performance. Let's go ahead and jump in and activate the plugin and see what it looks like. So just to give you a little bit of context for the site that I'm testing this on, this is a brand new site that I just installed, and I installed a whole bunch of content on it quickly using the WordPress theme unit test, which is just an XML import file that imports a whole bunch of different posts and pages, categories, tags, etc. So we're going to use it as a quick example of how this plugin works, with the idea being that we're going to be able to quickly relate posts based on their post title, their categories, their tags, etc. All right, let's activate the plugin. So let's do a quick search here. Find it. Here it is. Related post for WordPress Premium from Barry. Let's click activate. All right, now it's going to register a new section under here called settings, in settings called related post. So let's go ahead and look at that. And here we have a quick option to choose on how we want to display them. So you can see we can display content in a single column, 2 columns, or 3 columns. Let's use the default for now just to see what that looks like. There's a little bit of information about the plugin over here. If you need help, how to get help, documentation, etc. We can go into the weights section, and this is where we get to control how important each kind of content is for determining related content. So for example, the title of post is really important usually. If you have 2 posts that share a very similar title, they're probably related. So we're going to weight each one of these different items. Links, for example, if you have 2 posts that link to the same page that have the same URL in their post content, you could, if you wanted, you can make that very important. Or you can leave it at default, which is around 20. I have left this all as the default settings right here. You can adjust them as you want. We can just save those changes. Then we can go over to miscellaneous if we want. This is just a little cleanup option that allows you to delete all of the data that the plugin creates if you uninstall the plugin. And now there is an installer section. And this one is really cool because it allows you to go and create relationships for all of your existing content. So if we go over here and view, for example, this one, we don't see any related content for it. And the reason is that this plugin creates relationships after you install it, and then as you create new content. So on the first time you install it, you need to go through and create those relationships. So this is giving us a list of the different post types that we have on our site, which is posts and pages, and we're going to be able to create relationships between them. So let's just click edit, and now we want to add a post type to this. So we're going to say post can be related to other post. Perfect. Now, if we want, we can also add this. We can say post can also be related to pages. Click save. Okay, now it automatically goes to the next step. Now that finished really quickly, so it was kind of hard to see what was going on. But basically what it was doing is it was finding those posts and it was caching them. So you can see it says, great, your posts were successfully cached. Now it says that we found, we can see how many posts do we want to have, how many related items per post. So for example, if we want to only show 2 related items, we can do that, or we can leave it at default and we can say link now. So it's now going through and finding those relationships and linking them together. And it's done. Okay, let's go back to the settings page. Now the initial content on our site should have related items. Refresh, and now you can see related post. So these are 3 items that it's found that are related to this particular post. So we can go into one and we can view it. Now realize all of these blog posts are just from the theme unit test, which are not the prettiest examples of content that we could use, but let's go look at a new one. Here's a blog post called Walking in the Woods. This is just a sample post that I wrote really quickly, and here are 4 related items it has. Now, you might notice that there are 4 related items, not 3, and that's because when I wrote this post, I linked it to 3 items automatically, and then manually linked it to another one. I want to show you what that looks like. Let's go in and write a brand new blog post. So we're going to write one about our sailing trip. I'm going to go grab some lorem ipsum default content. Now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to paste it in. Now you'll see that there's a section here called related post. So first of all, let's just select some categories. I'm going to use some that are used frequently. And let's select a couple of tags. And after walking in the woods, we're going to modify our title just a tiny bit. We're going to save the draft. Okay, so now what's going to happen is that when we publish this post, it's going to automatically go and find other related posts that match this item. So let's publish and see what that looks like. Publish. And now you see there's 3 related items down here. And if we want, we can go ahead and drag these around however we want. If we decide that one of them is not really related very well for whatever reason, we can simply delink it and that item will no longer show up. So let's update and let's go view this post. There we go. There's the related post right there. And now if we want, we can even manually add a related post. So let's add one. So here we go. These are some of the ones that we can choose from. These are all the ones that it's found that were related. So for example, here's Walking in the Woods. This is one of the ones we wanted. Now this one, because of the fact that we actually titled this Our Sailing Trip After Walking in the Woods, it's directly related. So let's just go ahead and choose that one. And now update. And first of all, you should see it over here. Oh, sorry. No, you'll see it right here. There we go. Walking in the Woods. Okay, very, very cool. Now, there's a couple other things that I really like about this plugin that it does very, very well. So it's updating them on demand as you publish new content, which is fantastic. Number 2, it allows you to cross-relate post types. So let's say that we have another plugin that creates a custom post type, maybe whether it's products or reviews or books or movies or anything like that. We could quickly have related items between those post types. So a good example would be movies and books. Well, if you have a movie that is about a book and you've written a review both on the book and the movie, you're going to want to connect those two together because they're about the same story, one in movie form, one in book form. Another one is that we have the ability to control what determines whether posts are related or not. So you can control the weights. You can also control the styling of it, which is really nice. Let's take a look at this really quickly. So let's just change this to a 3-column right here. Now realize this is using the default theme out of the box, so it's going to look a little bit different depending on what your theme does. But here we go. Now we see those 3 related items right there. Perfect. Now it also has, for developers or people who want to go a little bit further, it also has template files. So if you want to modify the HTML markup that's used here, you can actually do that by tweaking a template file and putting it into your theme folder, and then tweaking the HTML that's used to render this right here. It also includes a couple of shortcodes and widgets, which you can find discussed in the documentation, which is really well laid out and easy to use. So on top of having a nice site, very clear pricing, a really easy to use plugin, he also has a very nice documentation section for the site where you can go and find help if you need to. So this is Related Post for WordPress. It is a free plugin on WordPress.org with a paid version. I've been showing you the paid version. It starts at $39 and goes up to $129 and is well worth it. So that's Related Post for WordPress. If you have any questions, ask me or Barry himself.